Welcome to your class. My name is Robert. I'm going to be your instructor this semester, and I wanted to just give you a quick welcome here and introduce myself and talk about what our goals are in the class, like what we're out to cultivate in your growth as writers and readers and critical creative thinkers. So first, a little bit about me. I am a professional writer. I've been doing it for some years. I've currently finished a fantasy novel, which I'm seeking an agent to represent. And if you'd like to learn more about my own work, it's really easy to find my books on Amazon. So I invite you to do that. I have a master's in TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages, and a master's in English literature. And I'm a guitarist and I love scuba diving, among other things. I live in San Francisco where I'm raising my 15-year-old son solo. So got a lot on my plate. So that's me. And what are we going to be doing together this semester? I've got some primary goals, if you will, for what kind of development you'll have this semester, because what I want to do is pass on the writer's toolkit to you. There are certain essential skills that I have found will empower you as a writer in any circumstance. And I'm gonna name them now. So what we're going to be working on as we develop your writing is first the principles of pathos, ethos, and logos that we received from Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, long ago. And these are styles of argument which are used to give credibility and force to the claims that you wish to make. And we're going to unpack them very carefully and explore how they're done. I'm also going to be teaching you about the principle of show, don't tell. And this is super useful in both more creative, autobiographical, descriptive writing, but it's also very helpful in a more objective argument based in evidence. Showing means that you offer the in-depth details that help create and flesh out a claim you're making. I know that sounds kind of abstract right now, but we are going to also unpack this. It's a very powerful tool to know how to show, not tell, when we write. I'm also going to be talking to you a lot about a thesis statement. Like, what's the main idea of your writing? Have you ever found yourself kind of rambling off and you're not even certain what you're writing anymore? And before you know it, you're just kind of summarizing in order to make a word count? Well, in my experience, that happens because we don't have a clear thesis statement or a main idea that we're out to prove as we write. And so I'm going to be collaborating with you very actively in terms of like really sharpening the claims that you're making with your writing. What's your purpose? What are you out to prove here? What do you want to share with your readers? And along with that, we're also going to look at the skeletal structure of a good essay. We call it PIE, point, information, explanation. Have you ever thought about that? Like, or have you been taught it in the past? What is the skeleton upon which you arrange an argument? How do you make it work? There is a very effective formula that we're going to explore and utilize this semester. It's very helpful. We're going to look at things like research, credible research. How do we also cite the research that we use, and how do we incorporate the voices of authorities into our writing? using MLA style. So these are the kind of nuts and bolts things that we're going to be working on. And I also have two bigger goals for you folks. So the first one is I hope to awaken, if not a love of reading, at least an appreciation of reading for you. It is such an amazing gift that we have to be able to go out and get books and read articles on a universe of topics. And the pleasure of reading, I think, is something that no one should miss out on. So it's a kind of humble hope that a kind of light bulb will go off or a little flame will erupt in you if you don't already have a love for reading or an affection for it. I hope you get more familiar with it and you enjoy the possibilities that reading opens up for you. And kind of most importantly for the semester, I would love to hear you becoming more confident in your own voice as a writer. Now, you are coming from all kinds of different cultural backgrounds, different high schools. English may be your first, it may be your second language. All of it's good. You may struggle with grammar, grammar may flow for you. All of that is good. Everything you're arriving in the classroom with is perfect. And whatever experience you may have had writing in the past is also perfect. It may be you feel like you're writing inside a box, trying to satisfy the mysterious expectations of arbitrary teachers who judge you in ways you can't even understand, right? I want to shift that. I wish to empower you as writers so that when you come out of this class, you can tackle any topic that you choose to and know you have a strong foundation. And not only that, your voice, who you really are when you communicate, can come through in writing. So that's a really nice thing to come out of a classroom with. And students have expressed a lot of appreciation with being able to develop that in themselves. It's an empowering thing to have. So those are my goals. A final word about the emergence of AI, which is coming upon us for better and for worse. For this class, I urge you to cultivate your own mind. Don't rely on AI. The reason I'm saying this is pretty soon our society is going to be thinking even more for us. And right now, at the age that you are, and with the point you are in your life, you want to develop your own critical thinking skills. Yes, AI is a tool. Yes, we're all going to be using it. We should not be dependent on it. And we should not be letting it tell us how to think. This is a fundamental principle of freedom that the United States was founded upon, and many other countries as well. So, I want to urge you, take this opportunity this semester to develop your own minds. And if it gets hard, that's okay. That's actually a good sign. It means you're growing. If we're doing physical exercise and it gets hard, we push through it, right? Because we know that's what makes us stronger. It's the same thing with cognition. It's the same thing about developing our brains. And that's a perfect segue to leading us into where we're going to be beginning our class, which is with the ideas of growth and fixed mindsets and the principle of grit and the role that these play in our success in academia and in the world. Okay, that's all. Always feel free to reach out to me. I'm a professor who actually likes his students and enjoys working with them a great deal. So we will be connected over Remind during the semester so we can stay in touch. And I carry floating office hours. Basically, we're online. If you want to reach out to me between 9 and 5, go for it. If you can even reach out later, I may not respond, but I'm very available. How about that? Okay, that's my introduction. I look forward to getting to know you as the semester progresses, and thanks for hanging out with me all the way through. All right, see you in the classroom.